She just sort of like readjust her position as you say that.
I'm more on your side than you'll be on your side, kid. Don't bother.
For now, things change. You've changed. That said, we got ambushed. I don't even think I could describe the creature to you.
Zero light monsters tend to be like that.
It's like, I don't know, big horse with a really long neck and no face. And hair that flowed down into faces of people.
I'm gonna insight check her, and maybe that would provoke disadvantage on this. Quint is trying to find out she is the reason they got caught out in any way, shape, or form.
Sure, insight.
He's trying to almost ferret out a reason.
Yeah, you get the feeling that she's still kind of like shocked by it all and doesn't even know what to make of the situation.
Come sit next to me, kid. If you mind.
Are you gonna put away the ick?
Dissipates.
Yeah, that's better.
Still a human face in there.
That, vicious. He's a good man.
He'll throw his cloak around her. He was a bit of an outcast amongst his class. His class was notorious for doing things, ironically, viciously. He didn't like that, so he left them. To be honest with you, I was hoping we might be able to fill that gap for him, but can't now.
She just like looks down like she has something to say. And is working up like the nerve to say it.
Take your time, kid. I'm not going anywhere.
She just like grabs and scrunches at her pants. You didn't need to run.
You didn't need to run?
No, he had a crossbow. He had a good position. But he ran in because Queensman and I got pressed.
He knew what he was doing. At the end of the day, you and Queensman are maybe not there yet, but you will be capable watchmen. If you want to be cold and clinical about it, pay 1 to keep 2. Or if you want to see the reality of things, Vicious cares about the Watch and its members. You two, in that number. And if he let you guys die, in his heart of heart, he will begin doubting if he really was any different from his classmen.
She just like nods a couple times. You could tell. You can always tell in someone's final moments who they really are.
There you do. There you do. I'm honored to have someone like that as my brother.
But that's not what's got you, is it?
Hmm. 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 How do you reckon?
If that's what had you, you'd be around the others, making sure to, you know, get your narrative out there for what's happened.
My narrative.
Hey, it is what it is. I'm not picking fights with you. But you want to sculpt it to where it was. So what else happened?
I think it's a
See something?
narrative. It's a narrative because I just want to make sure people's last memories of them are good. Put a lens on it. No, you're right. There is more. But I believe I owe you something, don't I? The truth about things. I am insight checking her because Quint is going to see which one is she going to press more. Finding out what's up with Quint or getting her precious truth.
Sure, roll it. Oh, actually, you don't. I mean, you don't really need to. You kind of set though.
Yeah, but I want to see like how much of a struggle it is for her to pick, if whichever one she picks. If it's like instant, like level, like tell me what the truth is, then that's one thing. But if it's like, and then she's really forced to pick one, then it says a lot.
She just like sits there for a second. Tell me what's most important.
I lost one of my brothers today. It'd be the same as you guys losing one of your class. Imagine losing Victor. Or Channing. You know, I'm just thinking about how it's gonna look in the future. Every time we regroup, he won't be there. One less spark in the world. A smile in the room. I'll think out of nowhere, oh, that's something Caster would have done.
She just sort of like jolts a little bit at that. What? How?
I don't know. I would love to know, but I don't.
Are you sure?
I tried to contact him. He didn't respond. And he's not the sort of person that would hold back.
They told me he took out a whole floor of those automatons back in Sycusia.
He did. Well, we're the whole building.
You see her just sort of like zone out at that knowledge.
We can be as tough as we want, kid. But at the end of the day, even someone like me, we're all just only human. And we can't get rid of it. Because if we do, then everything we've done up until that point was for nothing. So we have to hold on to what we got. Oh, fragile nature. The only solace I have is having others. Family. Friends. That's what humans are good at. Even if we're at each other's throats all the fucking time.
You see her sort of like swallow a couple times, trying to get some moisture in her mouth. Yeah. He was special. That's for
Yep.
sure.
He was. He was some of the fastest among us. You know, Jennings Village, Fairfax,
Yeah.
the one that we properly ruined. He was the only one there that didn't have a drop of blood in his hands. Despite how hellish things got, he never compromised. He was just that good a guy.
She sort of stands up at that. Seems like the brightest lights burn the fastest, don't they?
That they do. I'll stand up with her. That they do. That's why we got cherished. Would like to give off, I suppose. I just didn't think I'd get slapped in the face with that. Don't do anything stupid, Zoe.
She begins to walk out. Can do.
I can't take any more loss for a good while.
Yeah, as she walks out, she doesn't say anything further.
Kunto will just sort of stay in there for a little bit longer. Sit down where Knight Captain Commander was sitting. I'm not gonna probably say it all.
Jericho, I believe you said you were following Ward, shadowing her.
Yep. Make sure she doesn't.
Roll me a stealth.
Wanna make sure she doesn't get got.
Yeah, you're pretty stealthy.
Yeah.
She travels in probably a couple 100 yards into the woods before finding a tree and just sort of sitting next to it. And after a moment, you see her just sort of like curl up into herself.
Mhm.
Make a perception.
16.
That's kind of. Well, I guess how far would you be away?
Call it 60 feet. Within movement range of me. Or shadow step if need be.
Okay. You definitely hear her whisper something to herself. I think it might be a little bit hard to hear with a 16 from 60.
Gotcha.
If I wanted to shadow Jericho, would I have been able to do that?
Shadow the
It's
shadow.
a conga line of shadowing. The funny thing is, if
You
Seraph
could
gets
try,
caught,
yeah.
but Jericho doesn't.
Okay.
Can I shadow their shadow?
Oh my
Yes.
god.
Yes, please do.
My guys.
Wow.
As she says this to herself, she sort of pops up, looks around for a second. What do you want?
For a second, Drake goes like, "She talking to me?" But I think with my 16 perception, I can hear 16 stealth Seraph, right?
Yeah.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, so I just kind of sneak back into my little hidey hole.
Was it just a meme, Jordan, or is Lucian there too?
Yeah, there was a meme. It was just a meme. I'm just like,
Okay.
you know
Carry
why
on.
I do that? No.
So I guess Seraph will walk into the clearing and sit down by Ward. They'll kind of look where Jericho's hiding, but in a way that doesn't necessarily give him away, just like a glance of that direction. But Jericho could see them, look at them.
I rolled a 26 stealth. I don't even know if you know that I'm there.
Oh, that's true. You
Anymore.
might have hidden yourself too well. I might have
Yeah.
lost sight of you.
Did you need
See him go into the
something?
forest, never see him leave.
To be honest, I think Jericho wanted to make sure Scarecrow. I'm doing that again. Wanted to make sure you were alright. I followed him out here. I have something I've been wondering if I should talk to him about. That's not relevant at the moment. Are you okay?
I'm fine. Just needed a moment. Actually, you know what? You can roll a perception, sir.
Okay.
$18, little. Oh, that's a 19. A little further. I think you could hear her say something roughly to the effect of, "What are you doing, Claudia? I think get yourself killed if you stay out here." But after a moment, she sort of just gets up. Well, if you find him, let him know to regroup. I'm sure the captain won't be long.
If you want to stay longer, I'll stay. You don't have to worry about dying.
I appreciate that. But the people need the lieutenant.
I think they'll be fine without the lieutenant if you just want to be Claudia. They kind of try to whisper Claudia because we're not supposed to use real names.
She just looks down. That will be quite alright. Before making her way off.
Towards the direction of the monastery.
Correct. Back to where she came from.
Right. When she's away, Jericho will step out from behind a tree Hands in his pockets. Look from where Ward has walked off to Seraph and say, "You fucking snitch."
Well, I mean, I didn't intend to talk to her. I tried to console her, but, didn't seem to work. Instead
So
of
what did
lie
you say?
about why I came out here, I thought I'd just tell her the truth.
You know what? As you're sort of talking about this, roll an insight, Seraph. Ooh, oh, never mind. That's kind of mid. Dang, a +9 and you got a 3. That's tragic.
Yeah.
Six, 16's not too.
In a normal game, a 16 is really good.
She's the big sister. She doesn't get to look weak.
Yep.
I think it's about her being the big sister. She can't look weak. She's got to be the tougher, strong lieutenant. I tried to tell her it's okay if she is not that, but I don't know. I don't know if that really landed.
You don't say. Regardless, what did you want?
You think it's a good time to dredge up personal history? I understand if now's not the time.
Do you think you answered my question? Because I could have sworn that I asked it.
I wanted to talk to you about Maven, your past. My past, kind of, I guess, too.
So
If you're
long as you
not
keep
up for
your eyes
that,
pinned, we can talk here.
okay.
You want to know about this Strix blade? Ask away.
What do you think of him after everything?
If you asked me a few months ago, I'd have told you he's not all he's cracked up to be, but that's not exactly true. He's one of the best. Granted, in a time since I've returned to the watch. Well, he's good in one aspect, but there's a lot of aspects besides swordsmanship that makes a good watchman. That said, he's earned his captaincy. And, well, I may have had some bad blood with him in the past. I don't think that's... I don't think it's fully warranted.
You know, I watched him fight Sin at the No Math Plains.
Was that as good as they said?
Better than they said, really. He's the reason I joined the watch.
You joined willingly.
Yeah. Me and Doran were both inspired by his example. I didn't know Doran back then. I was young. At my refugee convoy would have all actually died if Maven hadn't stepped in the fight. And
He came to your rescue.
Yeah. I thought he was a hero back then, but there was always rumors that he had let the hundreds, I don't even remember the exact number, 200, 300 warriors die fighting Sin before he stepped out to fight him. The rumor was he was spending all that time analyzing his opponent. I didn't want to believe that when I was younger.
Well, you've been a watchman longer than I have. You know damn well that there are no heroes in the watch. They're simply watchmen that do their job and those that don't. Well, I guess the ones that do their job and the ones that have done it. Those hundreds of warriors that fell before Maven stepped in. They did their job. If it weren't for them, then Maven wouldn't have... I guess he didn't really fell it, did he? Defeated it.
Fought it to a draw. Saved the day.
Mission success.
I considered it a weird honor to fight your class, his class.
Wait, say again?
I considered it a weird honor to fight his class, your class.
I'm not sure what you mean. Would Jericho be confused by that in character as well?
Well, he trained them. He's the best. He was my hero, so it was a weird honor to fight his class. That's just all I was saying.
You fought his class? I'm not following.
Your class.
Would you fought them here?
Oh my god, duh. Bro.
Oh, I was so
Yeah.
confused on that as well.
In that case, oh yeah, that's what you meant.
Takes Jericho a second to then realize it.
Yeah. I guess that would be in character where he seems confused for a moment. You see him tilt his head before he realized, yeah. I guess that was them. To be honest, I'm not sure how much of what you saw was Maven's doing. The foundation's still there, but they're a far cry from what they used to be. Even Leona is. But we all change, right?
That we do. I don't know that they're entirely wrong to have changed. After all, she's worthy.
It's not. It doesn't work how you think it does. Morality.
How does it work?
Morality, right and wrong, it has nothing to do with it. It's conviction. It's resolve. Leona has an abundance of both. It's a lot to chisel through. And I have the resolve to keep chiseling away. Hence why I'm worthy, I guess.
I think I've had a shift in perspective. I don't think it's about only the light anymore. I think it's more about finding a balance and accepting both the light and the dark. If you have darkness without any light, it's an abyss, right? If you have light without any darkness, it's blinding.
That sounds heretical.
As you say that, you hear clumping coming closer to y'all.
Like hoof prints?
Correct.
Slow. There you go. Yeah.
That's actually pretty solid, dog.
Then at that, I think Draco will say, so I think you should maybe tone it down. And turn towards where that noise is coming from.
As you say that in turn, you see pushing through some of the tree line is Byron on Sharon.
What's his call sign again?
I think we decided with Chariot.
Chariot?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounded sick as hell. Chariot Cavalier.
What? Watchman Chariot.
The captain's here.
We'll return shortly. Good work today.
He nods. I was in good hands. Before looking at y'all, is everything okay here?
As well as it can be, Watchman.
Rough day.
For all of us. Watchman Seraph, shall we return?
I suppose.
After you.
You see Byron does wheel around and head back before y'all. But as you group up, does anyone else do anything in that moment? Once, twice?
Yeah, I think Bradford would have probably found just wherever's like the highest up place to keep watch, because he has just some thought in his head of when it rains it pours. And it's like, oh, we had like a really good high and then everything's going downhill. It's like, I imagine it's going to get worse. As well as it's something to distract himself from everything.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah, I think you were probably the one who sees him coming in the distance.
Sure. And then he would communicate to everyone else, and then it would branch out from there. But that's it.
As he does group up with the crew, Seven gets a hold of him, and they speak. And eventually you see Seven come back, gathering up his crew, to include Zoe. Before finding, the royal you, and just saying, all right, time for us to head out. So best of luck with everything out here. Good job killing these lizard bats. Lizard bats. We'll go with lizard bats. I like lizard bats.
Lizard Bats is pretty good. Yeah.
Your thanks, lizard bats. It rhymes, honestly.
Oh shit! That was intentional.
Yep. Thumbs up. Totally.
But jokes aside, good seeing y'all. Stay safe out here.
You do, champ.
You to do 7.
We'll catch you back at the compound, Seth.
Godspeed.
Yep. See you when we see you.
I just have one question, Seven. Is it true that you ate 9?
The fuck told you that? He just pulls out a knife, walks over to you. Who the fuck told you that?
I don't know. It must have been 6.
That was classified.
That was classified. Those redacted documents.
What was that about overstaying your welcome? I think you should probably get going.
Yeah, the bit's gone stale. All right.
Zoe, are they going back to the compound or?
Compound,
is
yeah.
there Zoe with them? Okay. Quint will go over to Zoe and just give her a hug before she goes.
She like pauses for a brief second, but then like returns it.
Think of this as me needing more than you. See you back at the compound.
See you out there. She just looks over to everyone. This was a strange operation.
It's all operations.
But
This is one of the more normal ones.
she's like pauses that. Hitting that. I'm glad I got to send my specialization training with y'all.
Specialization training. He looks at Seven.
Yeah, you remember, y'all got mentors and everything.
Right.
Didn't think an active mission was in the cards for specialization training.
Well, they're a bit ahead of schedule, so.
Right. Technically, it was just supposed to be like observation.
That did not fucking happen.
I was about to say, Seven, how much did you actually teach her anything while she was out here?
I taught her every bit of what I taught you.
Looks to Clint.
There better not be a fucking card on me, I swear to the light.
He just spins around and waves. See you when I see you.
See you when see you when we see you.
Does a salute.
As they're
Doran
leaving,
just
Quentin's gonna pat himself off.
nods. If I don't see you before we all meet up again, it was a pleasure.
Always is.
I was gonna say that. It is always a pleasure.
But I'm faster.
He does go over to you individually, Seraph, and just sort of grab your hand and hold it in 2 hands. I do wish we had more time, but now that we've reconnected in a way, let's try to make it more of a common thing.
Right. It should be. They'll turn like the weird handshake into a hug if they allow it.
Yeah. And just sort of says, stay safe.
You too.
Before they begin heading back. As you split off south from them, who had you had southeast, they had southwest. Oh, west by southwest, rather.
We split.
Yeah.
We go different directions.
You get the point.
I have one question. Is the sphere there, and does the captain have it?
The steer?
The sphere.
Sphere.
The one we found in the tower.
Spherical sphere orb.
Oh, yeah, you still have that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Can you
was
bring
not
that
was
to-
not lost.
Gotta bring that to a city alive to crack it open.
Yeah, after one relic being like stolen, I just wanted to make sure it wasn't like, it was forgotten about and left there. Now somebody else has that.
No.
Ah, dude, that'd be like the ultimate dick.
Oh, you guys didn't mention who took the sphere, so it's just sitting on that pedestal, even though it's like a priceless artifact.
I guess the silver lining is that Caster didn't have any blood relatives we have to inform his passing of.
Yeah.
I saw the X on the bottom and like, oh yeah.
Hey, we only have one thing left. Well, okay. One thing on this board. We have like 3 things left.
As you make your way back in segmented groups as to not draw too much attention, you make it back to the compound. My rangery folks, roll me
I've been
a
some-
By
survival
class or by
check.
occupation?
Occupation or class. Yeah, I'll take it either. Booyah, you can get in here on this.
What was the 2 options?
Get in here.
Noise.
Survival.
What was the roll?
Survival.
Survival.
Do we get Bardic? Sir Bardic.
Clint's not in a giving mood right now.
That makes sense. That checks out. Okay, I'm just gonna do. I'm gonna toggle off guidance. I don't know if I've. Skip it up.
Yeah, of course.
Let's see.
Add a plus 5 to
Bradford heard survival.
Bradford, you find 2 new prints that you have not seen before on this path towards your base as you're heading through the oh god, what do you even call that? The maze to the
The dungeon.
um
Oh wait, the maze before our thing.
yeah, the maze to the entrance.
No. No.
Humanoid.
Humanoid.
Can I approximate weight? Slash if they're wearing armor or heavy kit.
One of them appears to be armored as it sinks a little bit heavier in. The other does not.
Our Osteomancer.
I'm assuming when that's
And our
expecting
War
company.
Master.
And then he points out the tracks to everyone else.
Oh, swag! I just closed my internet somehow.
Haha! Nice.
You closed the whole internet, damn.
The entire internet's
Close-
dead.
It's like 5
It's
pages.
Y2K.
of that
I-
closed.
I thought the game was a bit laggy.